Hello, I'm Jacqueline McInnes Wood, and welcome back to my official channel.
Hello, I'm Jacqueline McInnes Wood, and welcome back to my official channel. So I have been sitting here at my desk for literally 6 hours straight. My coffee is completely ice cold at this point. My eyes are burning from staring at this bright screen. My back aches, but I have to get this out to you guys right now because I just got the scoop for the Monday, March 30 episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, and let me tell you, it is a total mess. Just a complete and utter disaster for everyone involved. I am typing this as fast as my fingers can physically move across the keyboard because the drama is just that crazy. I don't even care about typos right now. I just need to dump all this information from my brain directly to you because you are not going to believe what these characters are doing. It is like they have all lost their minds collectively, all at once. Let's start with Deke Sharp. Poor guy. He is just trying to live his life, but his family is a walking nightmare. So B and B spoilers tease that Deke is going to pay his sister a visit. He goes over to see Hope Logan Spencer, and he is a wreck. He is so worried about their father because Deacon has gone off the deep end. Again, Deacon lied to his wife. He lied to Sheila Carter about his plans for the evening, and Deke knows this. He knows his dad is playing a very dangerous game, and he just needs to talk to someone about it, because holding on to a secret like that, especially a secret that involves Sheila, it will eat you alive. It will give you ulcers. So he goes to Hope because Hope is the good one, the reliable one. But here is the crazy part. Hope already knows. Hope looks at her brother and just tells him straight up, she agreed to cover for Deacon. She is his alibi. And I am just sitting here reading this and shaking my head. What is Hope thinking? Seriously. What goes through her mind? She hates Sheila. We all know she hates Sheila. So I guess in her head, she thinks she is doing a good thing, helping her dad escape his crazy wife. But she is basically putting a giant neon target on her own back by lying to Sheila, by actively participating in a cover-up. And Deke knows this. He is terrified. They sit there in Hope's perfect little living room, and they both just hope and pray that Sheila doesn't find out. But come on, this is soap opera land. Secrets never stay buried, especially not from Sheila Carter. She has eyes and ears everywhere. She is like a bloodhound when it comes to betrayal. And Hope is just casually sipping tea, thinking she outsmarted the devil. It is so naive. It is actually painful to watch. And then the conversation shifts. Because Deke can only panic about his dad for so long, eventually talk turns to their own personal lives. And things get really deep because Hope is currently living her absolute best life. She is happily married to Liam Spencer. Everything is great in her world. No drama, no tears, just domestic bliss. And I know some fans are probably waiting for the other shoe to drop with Liam because Liam has a history of waffling. But right now, in this specific moment, Hope is happy. She feels secure. And she is projecting that security onto everyone else, which makes her the perfect sounding board, or maybe the worst sounding board, because she doesn't understand the messy reality that Deke is living in right now. So Deke looks at his sister and he makes a confession. He has been single for months now, ever since the whole disaster happened. And he is lonely. He tells Hope that he misses Remy Price. Yes, that Remy, the same Remy who was outed as Electra Forrester's stalker. The same guy who posted those disgusting, horrible deepfake photos of her online. Just an absolute monster of a human being based on those actions. It was a massive scandal. It ruined Electra's peace of mind. It caused chaos at Forrester Creations, and it broke Deke's heart. because Deke loved him. And when the truth came out, Deke did the right thing. He broke up with his boyfriend. He walked away because you can't stay with someone who does that to an innocent girl. You just can't. But, and there is always a but, Deke left the door open, just a tiny crack, a possibility for a reunion in the future. And now that time has passed. The loneliness is creeping in. The memories of the good times are overshadowing the reality of the bad times. So Deke is sitting there with hope, and he asks her the impossible question. He asks if he should forgive Remy. Can you even imagine being in that position? Asking your sister if you should take back a cyberstalker. It is wild. It is so messed up. But it is also very human because the heart wants what it wants, even when the brain knows it is a terrible idea. And Deke is struggling. He wants the comfort of his old relationship. He wants to believe that Remy can change, or that the deep fakes were just a massive mistake, a lapse in judgment, even though we all know it was calculated and cruel. So what is Hope going to say? I am just typing this and wondering how Hope will react. She is the queen of forgiveness. She has forgiven Liam for so many things over the years. She forgives her parents for their endless mistakes. So maybe she will look at Deke and tell him to follow his heart. Maybe she will tell him that people deserve second chances, even people like Remy, which would be terrible advice. Honestly, just the worst advice, because Elektra is still dealing with the fallout of what Remy did. And if Deke brings Remy back into the fold, it is going to cause a massive wave of drama. Elektra will be furious. Ivy will be furious. RJ will probably try to fight somebody. The whole Forrester family will turn against Deke, and Deke works at Il Giardino. He is connected to everyone. It would be a social disaster. But Hope might just encourage it anyway, because she is sitting in her glass house of happiness with Liam, and she thinks love conquers all, even cyber crimes. Just clunky, messy, soapy logic all around. But let's move on, because as crazy as the Deke and Remy situation is, it is nothing compared to what is happening at the Cliff House. Oh my God, the Cliff House. I can barely even type this without rolling my eyes into the back of my head, because Deacon and Taylor are about to cross a line that they can never uncross. So let's set the scene. It is Thursday night. Steffi Forrester and her husband Finn are gone. They packed up the kids, Kelly and Hayes, and they went on an overnight camping trip. Just a nice little family getaway to escape the stress of work and the stress of the city. And they left Taylor alone at the house, because Taylor lives there now, which is a whole nother issue. But anyway, the house is empty. The coast is clear. And Deacon Sharp knows this, because he has been sneaking around with Taylor for weeks, having these little secret meetings, stolen kisses in the office, whispered phone calls. But that wasn't enough for them. It is never enough. So Deacon tells his wife Sheila a massive lie. He tells her he has plans. He uses Hope as his shield, and he sneaks over to the Cliff House because the two star-crossed lovers figured it would be the perfect opportunity for a romantic tryst. Just the two of them, alone in Steffi's house. The sheer disrespect of it all. I am furious just thinking about it. Taylor promised Steffi. She literally looked her daughter in the eyes and promised to stay away from Deacon, because Steffi laid down the law. Steffi said, if you don't stop seeing him, I will ban you from this family. You will not see me. You will not see the kids. You will be cut off. And Steffi meant it, because Steffi knows exactly how dangerous Sheila Carter is. Steffi has been shot by Sheila. Finn has been shot by Sheila. They have suffered so much trauma because of that woman. So the idea of Taylor bringing Sheila's husband into their orbit, it is unacceptable. It is an immediate threat to their safety, but Taylor does not care. She is a world-renowned psychiatrist. She is supposed to understand human behavior. She is supposed to understand consequences. But she is acting like a reckless teenager. She is lonely. She is desperate for validation, and Deacon gives her that. He makes her feel wanted. So she just throws all logic out the window, and she opens the door for him. And they don't just talk. The spoilers indicate that the couple will make love for the first time. Yes, you read that right. They are taking their relationship to the next level right there in the Cliff House. They are going to hit the sheet. And I just have to stop and think about the logistics of this. Where are they doing this? In the guest room? On the couch where Steffi and Finn watch TV? It is so gross when you think about the betrayal aspect. Taylor is violating her daughter's safe space. She is bringing a toxic, dangerous secret into the home where her grandchildren sleep. And Deacon is just as bad. He is a married man. He is married to a psychopath, and he is risking his life for a roll in the hay. Because let's be real, if Sheila finds out, Deacon is a dead man walking. But in that moment, on that Thursday night, they just don't care. They are blinded by lust. They are wrapped up in each other, sweaty and passionate and completely oblivious to the real world outside those walls. But the real world is coming for them, and it is coming fast. Because Sheila Carter is not someone you can just trick forever. She is intuitive. She is paranoid. And she is currently under the impression that her husband is busy with his daughter. But earlier that day, or maybe the day before, Sheila had a chat with Lee Finnegan. And Lee, who just loves to talk, casually mentioned that Steffi and Finn took the kids camping and that Taylor was left all alone at the Cliff House. And Sheila heard that and her brain started working because Sheila actually thinks she and Taylor are friends. I know it sounds insane, but remember when they were on the roof, when Sheila was ready to jump and Taylor tried to save her, and then Taylor slipped and was dangling off the edge, and Sheila grabbed her arm and pulled her up. They saved each other's lives. And in Sheila's twisted, broken mind, that means they have a bond, a connection. So Sheila is sitting there thinking her husband is with Hope and thinking poor Taylor is all alone in that big house on the cliff. And Sheila decides to be a good friend. She decides to go keep Taylor company because Sheila knows what it is like to be lonely. She admitted to Lee that Deacon is the only person she has left in this world, the only one who truly accepts her. So she has this rare moment of empathy. She goes and buys a bouquet of flowers, probably some beautiful, expensive flowers, and she drives all the way out to the Cliff House just to be nice, just to show appreciation. It is almost tragic when you think about it. The one time Sheila tries to do something genuinely kind, it is going to destroy her entire life. So picture the scene. It is dark outside. The ocean is crashing against the rocks below. The wind is blowing. Inside the house, Deacon and Taylor are in the middle of their passionate encounter, getting freaky, getting kinky, totally lost in the moment, believing they are completely safe, believing they got away with it. And outside, walking up the path, is Sheila Carter Sharp, holding a bouquet of flowers with a smile on her face. She walks up to the front door and she knocks, knock, knock, knock. Deacon and Taylor probably freeze. Their hearts probably stop in their chests because who could it be? Steffi and Finn aren't supposed to be back until tomorrow. Nobody else comes out there unannounced. So they panic. They don't answer the door. They probably hold their breath and pray that whoever it is will just go away. Just drop a package and leave. But Sheila doesn't leave. She never leaves. She is persistent. When no one answers the door, she gets curious. Maybe Taylor is asleep on the couch. Maybe she can't hear the door over the sound of the ocean. So Sheila steps to the side, she goes to the window, and she takes a peek through the glass. The spoilers literally say she will take a peek through the window. And the big question is, will Sheila see her husband in a compromising position with Taylor? I mean, come on. Of course she is going to see something. This is daytime television. They don't just have a character look through a window to see an empty room. She is going to see them. Or at the very least, she is going to see Deacon's clothes on the floor. Or she is going to see Deacon's reflection in a mirror. But knowing B and B, she is going to see the whole thing. She is going to see her husband. the man she loves, the only person she has left in this world, naked and tangled up with the woman she thought was her friend. And I just can't even fathom the level of rage that is going to explode inside Sheila's brain in that exact second. It will be like a nuclear bomb going off. All that progress she made, all those months of being a good wife, working at the restaurant, trying to prove to everyone that she is reformed, that she is a changed woman, it will all evaporate in a millisecond because Sheila's entire stability is built on Deacon's love. She told Lee, he is all she has. If you take away the only pillar holding up a crumbling building, the whole thing comes crashing down. So what does she do next? Does she smash the window? Does she kick down the door? Does she pull a gun out of her purse? Because let's not forget, Sheila shoots people. That is her go-to move when she is upset. She shot Steffi. She shot Finn. She shot Brooke years ago. She has poisoned people. She has kidnapped people. She is a lethal weapon. And Deacon and Taylor are just lying there, completely defenseless, completely unaware that the Grim Reaper is staring at them through the glass. I am typing this and my hands are actually sweating because the stakes are so incredibly high. If Sheila decides to take matters into her own hands right then and there, we could be looking at a double murder or at least an attempted double murder. But maybe she doesn't. Maybe she is so shocked, so completely shattered that she just drops the flowers and walks away. Maybe she decides to play the long game, to plot her revenge in secret, to slowly destroy Taylor's life piece by piece. That would be even more terrifying. A silent, stalking Sheila, waiting in the shadows, watching Taylor, watching Deacon, plotting their downfall, and think about the fallout for everyone else when Steffi finds out, and she will find out because Steffi always finds out she is going to lose her mind. She comes home from a nice, relaxing camping trip with her husband and kids, only to discover that her mother turned her house into a cheap motel for Deacon Sharp. And not only that, but she exposed the house to Sheila. She brought the devil right to their doorstep. Steffi is going to follow through on her threat. She is going to ban Taylor from the family. She will pack Taylor's bags herself and throw them out on the driveway. She will tell Taylor she is never allowed to see Kelly and Hayes again. And honestly, I would be on Steffi's side because Taylor's actions are indefensible. She is putting children at risk for a hookup. It is disgusting. And what about Hope? When the truth comes out, Sheila will realize that Hope lied to her. Sheila will realize that Hope was the alibi, that Hope helped facilitate the affair. Sheila already has a complicated relationship with Hope. She has tried to tolerate her for Deacon's sake, but if she knows Hope actively helped Deacon cheat, Sheila will turn her wrath on Hope too. And Hope is just sitting there in her perfect little cabin with Liam, thinking she is untouchable. She has no idea the storm that is coming her way. Deke tried to warn her. Deke sat on her couch and told her it was a bad idea, but she didn't listen. She thought she knew better. And poor Deke, he is going to be caught in the crossfire of all of this. His dad's marriage exploding, his sister being targeted by his stepmother, and he is already dealing with a broken heart over Remy Price. The guy is just getting hit from all sides. No wonder he wants to go back to a toxic ex. When your current reality is this chaotic, sometimes the devil you know looks a lot better than the devil you don't. Even if that devil is a cyber stalking deep faker, I am just looking at my notes here, and it is just wave after wave of terrible decisions. Every single character in this storyline is making the worst possible choice. Deacon choosing lust over his marriage and his life. Taylor choosing lust over her daughter and her grandchildren. Hope choosing smugness over safety by covering for them. Deke contemplating taking back a criminal. Sheila deciding to play nice and visit the Cliff House. It is a perfect storm of bad timing and bad choices, and it is all going to culminate on Monday, March 30. The episode is going to end on such a massive cliffhanger. I can already see it. The camera zooming in on Sheila's face through the window, the flowers dropping from her hands, the petals scattering on the porch, the look of pure, unadulterated evil washing over her features as the screen fades to black. And then we have to wait until Tuesday to see if she breaks the glass. I am so tired just writing about it. My brain is fried, but I had to give you guys the full breakdown because you need to be prepared. You need to have your snacks ready and your phones on silent when this episode airs, because nobody is going to want to miss a single second of this train wreck. It is going to be iconic. It is going to change the landscape of the show for months to come. The Forrester family will be fractured. The Sharp family will be destroyed. The Logan family will be dragged into the mud, all because Deacon couldn't keep his pants on and Taylor couldn't keep her door locked. And the irony of it all, the sheer beautiful soap opera irony, is that they did this in the one place they thought they were safe, the Cliff House, isolated, away from prying eyes. They thought the physical distance from the city would protect them, but they forgot that Sheila Carter doesn't care about distance. She will cross oceans to get what she wants or to destroy what hurts her. And right now, Deacon and Taylor are hurting her in the worst possible way. So I am going to wrap this up because my fingers are cramping and my coffee has formed a weird film on top, but I will be back. I will be back because the minute the Tuesday spoilers drop, I am going to be right here at this keyboard, typing furiously, analyzing every single frame of the fallout, because the aftermath of this window peeping incident is going to be legendary. Will Taylor survive? Will Deacon survive? Will Hope realize she made a massive mistake? Will Deke actually call Remy? So many questions, so much drama. Make sure you tune in. Make sure you set your DVRs, because The Bold and the Beautiful is not